What's good, YouTube? Flan Speaks back for another video. Alright, let's see, man. Let's see. I think there's been a need for me to make this video to kind of clarify the situation. Kind of what's going on with Raw. And in particular, the significance of the Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio hookup. I think it's very important that this is clarified. It's not a love story between two characters in Raw. Anyone who thinks that that's what it may be, I think you are someone who is not able to distinguish the forest from the trees. I don't think this is what WWE is getting at. Now, when it comes to this, I don't claim to be the best content creator when it comes to WWE. I know I'm not the most articulate. I know I don't make the best videos. I'm just simply not going to sit there for 4 hours and edit and have all types of background music and all that pretty stuff. And I know I don't have like this great studio setup, which I probably will do eventually, because I'm starting to think right now, maybe there is a way, maybe there's a chance I can actually start making a couple dollars off of this. But that's never kind of been my intention. So that's why my channel is very simple, very new. I think like what I have to say is the valuable thing more so than what I have to give you to look at, if you understand what I mean. But I do believe I'm the best at predicting what they're going to do. I'm not even going to hold you. And if I'm wrong, any of you, hey, just tell me who's more accurate. When I tell you Triple H is going to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to be more accurate than most. Unless there's like, some sort of a monkey wrench that's thrown into the plans. Like, for example, what happened with Tiffany Stratton. I told you way in the beginning of the Queen of the Ring, by me just looking at the layout of like the wrestling. I just looked at the layout on both sides of the what you call that, the card. This person wrestles that person, so on and so on. I could tell they were going for Tiffany Stratton just by looking at it. Just by looking at it. But then there was a monkey wrench thrown in it, which is, Tiffany messed it up by tweeting what she tweeted, sharing what she shared of the fan thing. We're not going to go into it. We know what happened. But my point is, it's the only reason I got that wrong. But then I immediately knew they was going to go to Nia Jax. I explained that in the video. It happened just like I said. If you go back to my video when I talked about King of the Ring, I told you they were going to go with Gunther. Even though I hate that decision. But you see, my content is not about trying to spread to you people what I think they should do or what I think would be the best thing to do. I'm here to tell you what they're going to do. Now, I'll tell you if I like it or not, but I'm always going to tell you what I think they're going to do based off of the foreshadowing that they give us. Now, what am I getting at? Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and the hookup was inevitable. Inevitable. That's why I went back over a month ago, prior to the not WrestleMania, but the Backlash and all of that, and I said simping ain't easy, because the simp is Dom. I knew what they were going for was this whole situation. Listen, it's not a love story. It's not some sort of a romance thing that cheesy romance that WWE is trying to do. No. Why do I know that? If you understand the dynamic between Rhea Ripley and Dom, and the dynamic between Liv and Rhea Ripley, you would know that there is no love story anywhere in any of it. Liv Morgan and why this was inevitable. Liv Morgan was the champion, Raw Women's Champion, right? Rhea Ripley takes it from her, and in the process of doing that, breaks her shoulder. Seems like it was a real break. I don't know. For the next 8 months, Liv Morgan is in rehab. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever been in rehab, if you've ever had a broken bone, but me, I used to box. I was a boxer in my teens. I also played basketball. Not to mention football, but it didn't affect football. But I broke my wrist. And this took about a little over a month or so, a couple months. And during that time, you could develop a damn obsession. Now, we know this is kayfabe and all of that, but the whole story behind what's happening with Liv Morgan, why it's relatable, is that during the time when she had a broken arm, what's happening? Rhea Ripley, out of nowhere, has this historic rise. Rhea Ripley, a person that came to WWE after Liv. Rhea Ripley, a person who is now being considered one of the greatest women's champions and having one of the greatest reigns ever. Being considered the women's wrestler of the year. All these different things are happening while Liv is rehabbing her shoulder. This creates an obsession. She's obsessed. So when she comes back after those times, during the Royal Rumble, out of nowhere, hardly no pop, really. If you really listen to the pop that she got when she came in, was nothing compared to Jade's, and others. Nothing compared to even Naomi's, honestly. Just a little pop. Her whole mantra was what? Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. That's the whole mantra. Right or wrong? Okay. Did she not yell to Rhea Ripley during an exchange on a Raw that I'm going to take everything from you. Everything you have will be mine. Something crazy of this nature. This means Liv Morgan's character is this whole obsessed character that is looking to destroy Rhea Ripley because of an obsession that was built over an 8-month period. Listen to me closely, some of you feeble-minded motherfuckers who don't really understand the significance of it. They think it's just some love story. No. It got nothing to do with Dom. Point number 2, Dominic and Rhea was not a love story. Dominic and Rhea was a simp who was forever in the friend zone relationship with a woman who the simp is in awe of. Dominic Mysterio was in awe of Rhea Ripley. Looks up to her, wants to be like her, wants to be with her, all of that. She ain't giving him no top, she ain't giving him no box, none of that. But he's loyal. That's a simp, right? It comes from, it's a play on words, right? It's an urban play on words from pimp. We all know what a pimp is. The opposite of that is a simp, okay? It's when the male is doing whatever the female wants. That's what Dom is. He's a simp. Okay, that's why I say simping ain't easy. A simp is the type of person that's never going to be involved in a love story, ever. You understand? Like, I don't know how many of y'all actually deal with women or anything like that. I don't know. Some of y'all who just really wrestling heads, I don't even know if y'all really like women like that. I don't know. Sometimes I'm confused. But you should be able to understand the difference between a love story and a simp situation. So what I'm saying is, there's no way Liv Morgan is going to be seriously trying to be in love with Dom. That's not it. What she's trying to do is get at Rhea by taking her little simp. That's what that is. So that's what the kiss was just a weird way to do it, because you're talking about a show that's at the end. You're talking about a situation where Dom is trying to help bring her down, but it backfires. And now she's seeing that, he messed up. So what she's doing is she's manipulating him. This is called manipulation. To try to take her simp from her. So that when Rhea comes back, she done took Dom, she done took her belt, and possibly she might join Judgment Day, because right now what's happening with Judgment Day is they're showing that Judgment Day is in disarray. Damian Priest is actually starting to turn a little bit. Who knows what's going on? Finn Balor and the other guy are like nothing right now. They're on the low. They've even said as much out of the mouth of Drew McIntyre. You got to read the tea leaves of what's being written. Now, you may or may not like this story, but I'm trying to tell you what's happening. Typically, storytelling is foreshadowed. All right? So, it is a good chance, especially since they had Finn Balor talking to Liv as well. They have a good chance of Liv joining Judgment Day. Not as some corny type of love story thing, but no, to take everything that Rhea Ripley has. So then when Rhea Ripley comes back, what you have is a climactic match feud between her and Liv Morgan, and possibly the makings of a crazy WrestleMania, which is when Rhea gets the title back. Now that right there was a lesson in storytelling that people pay thousands of dollars for. And I just gave that to y'all for free, so you should be thanking me. Nah, I just fucking with y'all, man. Peace out.